The suspect, we are told, got out of his car, jumped off of the bridge and into the Rio Grande River, and then swam into Mexico. I don't know how far of a drop that is. Clearly a very good drop. This man did not want to be caught, swam into Mexico. We understand Mexican authorities did also come very close to the border of the bridge as well and have been involved in the search for this suspect on the Mexican side of the border. This again still a developing story. We are trying to piece together some of the basic facts on this in terms of exactly what precipitated this chase. Let me show you something. This has been part of the problem out here, this sandy terrain. We're going to go now to the video that we shot earlier in the day. You're going to see the smoke in the distance billowing up into the sky. We have this house exactly right next door to 405 White. As you can see, there is not a whole lot left of this place. It is completely dilapidated, a great place for criminals to hide, and this house is literally falling apart. Oscar and Letty, we are on FM 2812, right near the intersection of Uresti Road. We are a little bit west of Val Verde. This is a scene, all began around 7:30 tonight. Let's go to the video Vinnie Berry shot for us here out on the scene. This all started around 7:30. Just did an interview with Sheriff Trevino. He says there was one vehicle traveling on this road, overtaken by at least one or more other vehicles, a major exchange of gunfire. We have one person dead at the scene. This is what they've been pulling out so far, this gooey, sticky honeycomb, kind of like a sweet cardboard. Right now they've pulled out about 20 or 30 pounds of this, probably more. It was 8 feet tall, 2 feet wide. And as you can see inside here, these are the pupa, the eggs of the bees. And this is why they have to remove all the honeycomb, because otherwise the bees would return and hatch. This is what you see at the front gate of a 200-acre ranch north of Rio Grande City. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the property is owned by this man, Carlos Alberto Oliva Castillo. Mexican federal authorities have named him the number 3 man in the Zetas drug cartel. He is accused in the August casino massacre in Monterrey. 52 people died at the Casino Royale. The U.S. Attorney's Office claims Oliva used this property to facilitate drug activities. They say he is responsible for organizing networks of individuals who drive vehicles loaded with cocaine. Federal documents only list a legal description of the property, so we came here to the Starr County Appraisal District Office for answers. U.S. authorities named the owner of the property as Carlos Ricardo Tamez Tirado. He's a doctor from the Mexican town of Diaz Ordaz. The government says Tirado was a straw purchaser, a frontman for Oliva. Starr County Chief Appraiser Humberto Sainz Jr. says the property has changed ownership several times since 2003, before Tirado bought it in 2007.
Miguel de los Santos, his wife, and Jose Eloy Pulido, his wife, there's a warranty deed with Vendors Lane where they sold to Carlos Ricardo Tamez Tirado.
The federal government claims the actual price for the property was $400,000, not the listed price of $125,000. The Starr County Appraiser's Office pulled the property up for us on a map, then showed us images on a computer. Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in and see the properties there, the buildings. There's a pretty good sized building there, several outbuildings. And then you mentioned there was an antenna. Let's take a look at that. That's a pretty good sized communication tower. From the road, the communications tower is clearly visible. We can hear some voices in the distance, but one of the first things you notice about being out here is it's totally quiet. You'd never know anything out of the ordinary was going on out here, but prosecutors say it was behind these gates that Oliva would receive the money from his drug transactions. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Oliva paid for the ranch entirely with drug proceeds. A pre-dawn briefing.
He also has a history of evading and resisting.
U.S. Marshals.
It's a small little neighborhood.
On the hunt for suspects.
As long as we got rear cover, guys, we're good to go.
This task force has 2 recent murder arrests under its belt. They recently brought in Leonardo Alonso Blanco on a warrant relating to a 1993 murder in Mission. Also, Adolfo Rosillo, convicted in the shooting death of Martin Arturo Garza in 1992. First stop today, Palmview, a suspect not home.
We involve everybody, every local agency, every federal agency.
Next stop, San Juan, a suspect with gang ties and a history of assault.
We never know what to expect on the inside.
Another miss.
Guy wasn't there, it's bogus address, false address, and now we just go and do our legwork now.
Now, Mercedes, the search for a cocaine suspect. A third strike.
In the long run, we're going to end up getting these guys.
The task force is patient. Some more investigation. They'll be back out again tomorrow. In Hidalgo County, Kirk Chaisson, Channel 5 News at 6. I'm Kirk Chaisson in the Edit Bay, working on a story about a Mission woman still trying to get her car back from a repair shop. About 2 months after she paid $1,800 for a transmission, the woman says she's still getting the runaround from the shop owner.
Yo lo tengo aquí desde agosto.
No tiene que ver. Yo le voy a arreglar su... En 15 días...
Yo tengo que pedir ride.
En 15 días le voy a tener su carro listo.
This is Carmona's repair shop in Mission, but hold on a second. Let's go back to the start. Belinda Villegas spent $1,800 for a transmission.
Took my car the 17th of August. I got it back the 23rd of August. Took it back the 30th of September.
We went to Carmona's for answers. My name's Kirk Chaisson for Channel 5.
Everybody's going to know that you didn't fix my car and they won't bring their car here anymore.
Eso es bien para usted.
Is that good for you? And you think with that it's going to end well?
Carmona says he has to order the transmission.
I got a Mini Coopers. I got all BWs,
Yeah,
all BWs.
you got guys working on
I got a new Jettas.
We drove the car with Villegas. So it's that first bump, right? It's kind of the first one I can sell. I know there was a little problem there. Villegas says the ride gets worse as she drives the car more.
It's frustrating. It's annoying. It makes me really angry.
Trabaja bien, no trabaja
It seemed
bien.
okay, yeah, I mean, for the most part. Again, there was a little bunch there. Carmona says he will find another transmission to put into Villegas' car. So Villegas now waiting another 15 days to get that transmission. We'll stay on top of this one, let you know how it turns out. Live in the Edit Bay, I'm Kirk Chaisson. They travel by the thousands from South Texas and other parts of the country every year, heading north for work. Their jobs are hard, their pay is low. Migrant workers like Maria Ayala say there's also verbal abuse.
They even called us wetbacks. They did.
Ayala and these other workers from Mission went to work for a company called Pioneer Hybrid International in Indiana about 2 years ago.
It wasn't right.
This is the type of work Ayala and the others did. It's called corn detasseling, part of the harvesting process. These workers claim their bosses forced them to work in fields while those fields were being sprayed with pesticides.
2 days later, we started getting some rashes on the body, and we even told them, but they didn't even pay attention until one of them got real bad.
Under federal law, agricultural migrant farm workers don't get some protections that people in other industries do. No overtime pay is provided. Ayala and the others say they were told they would be paid about $75 for each acre they detasseled. Most workers finished about 2 acres a day. Instead of being paid by the acre, they say they were paid minimum wage. Genevieve and her 9-year-old daughter Quintana are spending Christmas in this tiny room. How long have you been staying here?
11 days.
Okay. How do you like it here? Is it okay?
Not really.
You'd rather be in a house, huh?
Yes.
Quintana is a Justin Bieber fan and has dreams of her own. Why are you studying drama?
Because one day I want to be an actress.
It's difficult because we're not actually spending Christmas at home. We're here meeting different people, and it's different.
Genevieve has taken a new job as a home health care provider. She's trying to save up money for an apartment. We brought Quintana something from the Channel 5 toy drive. Okay, well, it's something educational.
Bible to read.
Okay.
So it's the camera.
Of course, Quintana and her mother are not the only family at Loaves and Fishes we brought some of your gifts from the toy drive to others as well.
Open it. Open it.
It's a dog.
Oh, it's a dog.
We've got another present out there. Hold on just a moment. Ooh. How do you like that? Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Then some other visitors arrived at Loaves and Fishes. Joe and Fran Nolmeyer from the Magic Valley RV Park in Weslaco, as well as a winter Texan from Manitoba, Canada. They presented some of the older kids with gift cards to local stores.
Wonderful.
And we wish you the best.
Yes.
I know life is difficult.
Really like hugs. You know where I'm
Remember,
from?
God loves you.
Canada. Do you know where
And he
Canada is?
takes care of you.
I do.
You better tell him where Canada
It's
is.
all the way past north.
Merry Christmas to you.
The people in our park love to give back to the community. They love to help out because there are so many people down here in need.
I really appreciate being down here. This is my 23rd year, and the valley is such a friendly place.
Christmas cookies, laughter, and smiles. The eyes of a child, the delight of a new gift. The generosity of the Rio Grande Valley, helping many families feel a little bit more at home. In Harlingen, Kirk Chaisson, Channel 5 News.